These are brand new hot topics.
The true definition of Sunrise Extra.
Exactly.
This is more.
So both of these I have to show you. Let's come over to the touch screen.
You had to show me too, because I had no idea about this
come
first
on
one.
over. Let's talk about this. Okay, so before I show you these pictures, which are, you know.
You're already showing them, Nina.
Well, you can't. You don't really see a whole lot.
Right.
So here's the story. A lady in Austin, Texas, applying for a job at a marketing company. They say, hey, your resume looks great. We want to move you along in the interview process. She says, okay. And they said, hey, maybe you should follow us on Instagram to kind of see what we're all about. She follows them. They go onto her Instagram account and start looking through her photos.
Yep.
They screenshot a picture of her that she had posted in a bikini. That is a bikini I've kind of never seen.
It's a different looking bikini. We'll show it to you in a moment.
You'll
just
see
to
it.
Get the visual.
So anyway, they take that, they screenshot her picture without her knowing it. Then they put her on blast in Instagram stories, and they do this. They say, public service announcement, because I know some of you applicants are looking at this, do not share your social media with a potential employer if this is the kind of content on it. I am looking for a professional marketer, not a bikini model. Go on with your bad self if you can do whatever you want in private. This is not doing you any favors in finding a professional job. Now for the picture. This is the girl, Emily Clow, and she says, I was objectified earlier today by a company because of a picture of me in a bikini, and they claimed it made me unprofessional. They screenshot the photo, posted it on their Insta story, and called me out. I am baffled that the company handled it in such a manner. So this is the picture.
And do you think this is the full photo, or do you think they cropped it a bit? Like it is.
Oh, I had to crop it like this.
Okay, I was going to say it's weird that she would post a picture without her face.
This is the full photo. I couldn't take it all with her comment, so this is the other half of this picture that she posted that they didn't put on. And their name is Kick-Ass Masterminds Marketing Company in Austin, Texas. So she's not suing them or anything like that yet. She's just doing kind of interviews. I had to include this tweet, and so that's why it's only this big.
No, and that just struck me as odd. Like, okay, you know what? I would think was weird too if an applicant posted a picture of themselves, not in a bikini, but if they just posted just the body part, not their head. But it was a full picture of her in a bikini.
I think they cropped her head out. Yes. Maybe.
So what? Yeah. Yes, it's a pretty. I thought maybe at one point, like, is that being pulled up or something? No, that's the way the bikini is designed. It's a pretty revealing bikini, but
it is.
So what?
But like, it's on her her own
personal page.
We posted this because we want your thoughts on it, and you guys are sounding off on this. So we've gotten 15,000 people looking at this, 26 comments so far. Let's share a few of them with you. Pamela says, bad call by the company. They went onto her personal page where she did nothing wrong. She has a fabulous figure. Yes, she does. There's nothing dark, sinister, or criminal in her picture. A tad risque, but so what? It has nothing to do with her professionalism. April says, totally uncalled for. Just do like every other person or company and just not call her back for the job. Why are you exposing her in this way? Roberta says, this is the world we live in, where everything you've ever said and done has been recorded and judged and will continue to be judged for years to come. Yes, the internet is permanent. Jennifer, they had no right to take her photo and put it on their account. Employers can go to your account and see the content based on the security settings you have. They can make a decision about whether they want to hire you.
I think Callie's is the first comment that I would take exception with. Because Callie says, can't complain, speaking about the young lady here, if you handed them this info, you know this is what employers are doing nowadays in terms of checking out your social media pages, maybe basing some decisions on that. But in my opinion, she didn't hand this to them. They said, follow us on Instagram. She did. They followed her. They found that picture. They called her out on it. Like, I agree. Like, you don't want to hire her. If you want to base that as part of your hiring decision, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you don't need to call her out for it in front of everyone else.
Right. A lot of people saying this is so outdated right now. Do they refuse to hire dudes with topless pics?
Right?
Did they think she would wear the bikini while she went to work? Very good point, Sherry. Yeah, what if it was a guy? So this is her tweet that I just showed you guys, and these are. So this is the full picture. Well, this is what they posted, the marketing company.
Does this woman have a face?
I think they were thinking, and I don't know if the original picture, right? They didn't want to.
They were going to actually do her a favor by not showing her face, even though they embarrassed her.
Yeah, is it sexist, ridiculous, infuriating? They'd never do this to a shirtless male who applied. How embarrassing for them. What do you guys think of this?
I mean, is anyone taking the company's side? I mean, I guess that one,
Let's go look at live
comment we read from Callie basically said, you know, the woman can't feel bad for herself because she's the one who put the picture out there for everyone in the world to see, including any potential employers.
And that is something that, I mean, all of us have to think about.
We've already talked to our kids about it. You know, they're only 12, but said, hey, you know, if it comes down to you and another candidate for a job, and you guys are, you know, even Steven all the way, equal in terms of getting that job, you know, some little thing may separate you from the other, or the other from you. And in this case,
maybe
for this young lady,
just set your account to private. You know,
right?
I mean, that's one way to. If you, I mean, you can obviously post whatever you want, and you know, it's not going to affect the way she works, for sure. Okay, what's everyone saying?
I mean, when it comes down to it, I guess they didn't like her bikini choice, right? You can't be mad at a person for wearing a swimsuit at a pool.
Right, right. Trelina, hi, welcome. Thanks for watching. Welcome to social media. Nothing is your own business. Ellie says this is absolutely ridiculous. And so, just an update if you guys haven't read the little article that I posted. The company has now taken down their website and all of their social media accounts in light of this. Again, she's not suing them yet. But she did want to kind of share her story for anyone else, and says, you know, I didn't want to work there anyway.
She didn't run and hide. And I also thought, like, the place that was looking for a new employee is called Kick-Ass Marketing.
Right.
So I don't know anything about this company. They're in Texas. But you throw a name out there like Kick-Ass Marketing, it makes you sound like you're hip, you're cool, you're cutting edge, you know, super trendy. I mean, I can't even really say the name of your company on TV, I don't think. I wouldn't say it in front of my kids. Kick ass. Like, you're so cool, you could throw ass into your company title. But, oh my goodness, there's a woman in a bikini. She applied for a job.
It is kind of, ironic,
we are going to run away from that person. It's so weird. It's weird to me.
Let's see. Louise on Instagram says, yeah, but why are companies even looking up personal information? I think a lot of places do that. When you apply for a job, let's figure out who this person is before they come work for. I mean, it's just a simple Google search, you know.
You're actually
I think everyone does that.
Yeah, I think you should be doing that for
companies.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're hiring people you don't know anything about them, but you're trying to collect as much information as you can. You're not being sneaky about it. My goodness, this is a public page, so they have every right to go check out the woman's social media accounts to try to learn a little bit more about her, and they can be. They can be turned off by her by that picture if they want to be. I just feel like they should have taken it, thrown it up there for everyone to see, and called her out for it. I mean, that's where they crossed the line, and it wasn't necessary.
We're looking at our phones because we're watching your guys' live comments as you type them in. Jeff in Oregon on Instagram says, I am a certified HR professional, and this is wrong. This is why HR should be done by trained and certified people. So, I mean, apparently, well, I don't know. Like, if that company, they're just doing their own background kind of checks on, you know, potential workers.
Yes. It didn't sound like it was the HR
no, they're not going through like an HR company
in charge doing the search. It sounded like maybe it was the company's owner. So Michael Turner says this company is sad and ridiculous and they need a change in their human resource. Is that what you just read? In their human resource department and I think Michael Turner's comment is fairly new.
Yeah, it's different.
Yep.
Yeah, I was reading off Instagram.
Melissa says, and Melissa is always watching us on the Facebook feed. Melissa
Hi,
Lassiter. Good morning, Melissa. She says, her body is beautiful, talking about this young woman. She should not feel ashamed. She says, if I could rock a bikini like that, I would.
Amen. Yes, me too. Ellie Rogers, a simple Google search pulls up a woman in a bikini, and all of a sudden, she doesn't qualify for the job in question. It is very true, you know. So what? This is her private account. I mean, it was set to public, but it's not going to affect, you know, how she...
Now, there's a bit of a fine line, and I don't agree with that maybe entirely because, like Tammy Hawk says, for instance, good morning, Tammy Hawk. Love that you're watching us right now on a Friday. Do you agree with what Tammy says here, Nia? She says, who you are in your own personal time has nothing to do with who you are at work. This is completely insane. And maybe it's tough for us to judge because I feel like the fact of the matter is, and work will tell me this, KGW will tell me this, anytime I'm outside of work, I'm still working for KGW, I still represent the company, and maybe that's because of the line of work we're in, but really to me you always represent your employer. So I don't feel like everything you do in your personal time is necessarily your own business. If people know you work for Fran's Bakery and you're out there on the street corner, you know, doing something stupid, illegal even, you know, people are going to say, hey, look at that Fran's employee, and Fran's is not going to be happy about it, and Fran's is probably going to say goodbye. So I don't think everything you do in your personal time is necessarily your own, and you could subject yourself to a firing or punishment
more jobs some than others. But Yeah, I just don't know. Like, it's a swimsuit picture.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like she's doing drugs. She's not doing something wrong.
Nope. No. In this case, I feel like
slightest.
I'm not defending the company. Believe me. In this case, I think the company is wrong.
I'm sure she dressed. I mean, I guess she didn't even have an interview yet. She
Right.
had a phone call with them. So how would she have shown up? Not in a bikini. I'm sure she would have dressed very professionally from her marketing job.
Yep, no.
So this is a big one. A lot of people are talking about this online because it all kind of affects how we perceive ourselves and what we post on social media.
Yeah. Again, I would guess that this woman is not going to stop posting pictures of herself, enjoying her time. Like, it looked to me like she's at a swimming pool, probably with friends. I guess you can't post any more swimming pool pictures.
If you want a job, apparently not. David's Shots on Instagram. Hi, he says, I'm your daily news watcher. Love your show. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Mrs. Vada Miller on Instagram. Social media has become monstrous, yes, but we are not defined by our jobs. We are individuals. Very true. I know you guys are watching this sideways on Instagram, so you have to turn your phone. We're trying a new thing so you can hopefully on Instagram see everything that we are dealing with.
And it allows Nina to not hold the selfie stick.
Yes, I am free of the selfie stick. Okay, next topic at 7:14. Over to the touch screen because I got to show you this one. So this is a story out of Utah where this week there is a 4th grade math workbook in Utah. Take a look at the question. Question number 7 for these little 9-year-olds. And it says, the table to the right shows the weight of 3 grade 4 students. How much heavier is Isabel than the lightest student? This little girl went upon herself to not answer the question, and she says, this is offensive. Sorry, I won't write this. It's rude, in her little 9-year-old writing, which is so cute.
That is awesome.
So she went to her mom and took a picture of this question. This is in a math workbook that's been circulating for 6 years by this math
company,
workbook company. They said in the 6 years that this question's been on there, no one's ever said anything. Well, now that question has been removed.
Right. That's simple, right?
Because the parents, were like, this is, comparing kids' weights, and girls already have a problem with this. Jamie says, good job. I'm proud of that 9-year-old. Yes, it is offensive. How it got published to begin with is beyond me. And the victim mentality is widespread. So Dan is on the other side of this saying, come on, we're getting to...
I probably wouldn't have taken it to the level that this young woman, maybe her parents did in terms of calling out the company, getting that thing changed. But you know what? Actually, I'm glad they did because it doesn't make any sense. You can have that math problem. I mean, we're just trying to get to the bottom line. Like, she still did the math. I like that part, too. I'll do the math. I'll do the work, but I'm not going to sit there and write the bottom line as which student is heavier. That's a silly way to phrase the simple math equation. They could have said, 3 lunch boxes weigh this amount. Who has the lightest lunchbox? It is stupid that they went down this road of, like, the weight of 3 female students.
Yeah, no kidding. And this is a link to the article. It's on this math workbook called Common Core that I think a lot of states use. This happened in Utah.
I like the statement from the company, Eureka Math. They say user feedback is a vital part of our culture. We are grateful to receive constructive feedback from students, teachers, parents. We apologize for any discomfort of offense caused by this question. Please know that we will replace this question in all future reprints and suggest that teachers supply students with an appropriate replacement question in the interim. Now, I can't get into their heads, but I'm thinking they didn't think anything of it at the time they printed the question. They didn't think it was a big deal. When someone brought to light like why it is maybe offensive, they're like, you know what, you're right. We should have thought of that ourselves. Sorry about that. Correction made.
Yeah. Comparing little girls' weights instead of, apples to oranges or some...
I thought lunch pails.
Yes, or lunch pails. That's a great one. The little 9-year-old, her name is Rhythm, was not okay with what she saw. She thought it was offensive. What do you guys think? I want to bring up this picture again. Here is the question. The table to the right shows the weight of 3 4th grade students. How much heavier is Isabel than the lightest student? Do you take that literally? Is this just simply a math question? Are people too sensitive to stuff like this, like Dan was saying? What do you guys think? Oh boy, we're getting comments. She
gets an A+ in creative thinking, right? I mean, she went beyond the problem. She saw a problem within the problem.
Yeah, so that question has now been taken off. David on Instagram says it's not an apology if you don't fix the mistake. So, yeah, the company did it. They took it off.
I messed up my feed here with viewers' comments. But I'll get it back, Nina. I'm confident I will.
Let's see.
I saw one from, I thought, Michael Turner.
Yeah. Why do they have to use a little girl's weight? And it is a very triggered question, and it is not nice. Very rude. ROOD. I thought that was really cute.
Just like the little girl spelled it.
Yeah.
So Michael Turner, in agreement with the little girl that question did not need to be phrased in that way. See, I'm not seeing these updated ones. Jess, our producer, is telling us that Rob St. Helen has a comment.
Oh, I see it. He says, 6 years ago, we weren't so ticky-tacky about things. Today we are, and that's when that workbook came out, was 6 years ago. Do you ever look at your kids' homework? Do they come to you and be like, hey, Dad, help me with this math problem?
Yes, the other one.
It's like my worst nightmare.
Wait till you see the 6th grade. They were coming home with word problems involving fractions, and it's not like the kind of fractions that you just turn around and like in the end it was like 1 1/2 or 2 3/4. It was like crazy, like 7 23rds. It was bizarro world. I can't say I ever saw a question that struck a cultural nerve like this did. And again, when you're in the heat of the math moment, when you're just trying to get that homework done and trying to get the problem solved, I don't know if this would even come to mind. But
I'm just
again,
thinking
kudos
numbers.
to this little girl for recognizing, like, wait a minute, before I answer this question, why the heck did you ask this question this way? That's pretty cool.
I remember in grade school, I don't know, at some point, there was a math problem, and it was about like speeds of travel for trucks. And the teacher, and it was a timed test, and the teacher wrote something about a Mack truck can drive this, and then compared it to like a passenger truck. Well, none of us little twerps knew what a Mack truck was back then. And so we were all like, well, I don't know how to answer it, and it affected like, well, I don't know in comparison with a passenger truck what that means. And so at the end of the day, at the end of the test, we all got that question thrown out because we were all like, we don't know what Mack truck means. And she's like, it's a semi. And we're like, oh, well, I don't know.
I remember...
and so we got it kind of low, thrown out, and everyone was on a level playing field then.
This is similar to that in terms of just a young school story. I remember this, I guess he was a friend at the time. He was a friend. I'll call him out by name. He lives way far away from, maybe I shouldn't. Paul was his first name. Anyways, hey, kids, you have to get this test signed by your parents and bring it back to school.
Oh, yeah?
Paul failed miserably in the spelling test. Probably got like 8 right out of 30.
Yeah.
So Paul comes back with the test signed by his parent. He turns it into the teacher. He actually forged his mom's name, but didn't forge his mom's name. He put Mom at the top and gave it to him. Like literally thought, he wasn't trying to be funny. He felt like, okay, I'm not going to show this to her. I'm just going to forge her name. He turns it in and signed Mom. She was like, wait a minute, we got an issue here.
I would never write this.
Yeah, I don't think this is your mom's signature, Paul.
He was trying to outsmart him. That's hilarious.
Paul wasn't thinking as sharply as the little girl in this math problem situation.
Yeah. Ginny Carlson, one of our loyal viewers. Good morning, Ginny. Happy Friday. She says, parents pass the oversensitivity to kids. 40 years ago, no one thought of who was heavy at school. Kids are overexposed to adult issues. What do you guys think of this? Is that kind of true? I mean, I do think in this day and age, we are too sensitive.
Sure.
Like in this whole, and we've talked about this before on this show, like stand-up comedians, and they're like, I don't ever want to perform on a college campus again because you guys are way too PC. Mm-hmm. It's stand-up freaking comedy. And I think we have become,
it does,
such a nitpicky.
I don't like the fact that sometimes I have to tiptoe around the newsroom. Like some things come to my mind, I think they're funny, and I know that I can't say them. Some things I actually do say out loud. I don't realize that they're offensive, and you have to tell me, Drew, you can't say that.
Yeah.
But no, you're right, Jess. My point is this, that you definitely have to be careful. I mean, I don't even tell women at work, like, you look nice today. Like, I never say that. You ever hear me tell you look nice today?
No.
And I'm not going to, because sometimes Jessica is telling me I can't
Jess
look nice.
in his ear saying, that's fine, you can say it.
It's weird, though,
it
sometimes.
Yeah.
I know you and Brenda better than I know some of the women that work here. So I guess I'm thinking about someone who walks in there I don't know that well, but I think they look nice, but I'm still not going to tell them that, because you don't know how they take that. Anyways, what I'm telling you is I mind my P's and Q's because I'm afraid of the way this world works. I think in the case, though, of this girl and this math problem, she did call out a wrong that needed to be righted.
Okay.
It wouldn't have offended me. It would not have offended my boys, my 12-year-old boys. They probably would have seen this and not even thought twice about it. But for whatever reason, it struck that girl as odd that they would be comparing weights of girls her age, and she said, that's not right. Ask a different question.
If the question would have been worded, these are the weights of 4 fourth-grade boys.
I
Does
think maybe
Timmy
this girl
weigh more than Mark? Like, would anyone care?
Maybe. Maybe the same girl would have recognized that too was wrong because, overweight boys are going to get made fun of in school just as easily as overweight girls. I had to curb my own kids, to be quite honest with you. They're not perfect, by the way, my boys. And sometimes they'll come home and describe someone, like in gym class, and the way they describe them, I'm like, dude, you can't describe the kid like, hope you're not describing him like that to other people outside the house.
Yeah, and kids, they don't know.
Yeah, well, I think these guys at 12 are starting to know. They got to know better.
It is a different world. It is crazy to be parenting in this world.
What are we doing? It's 7:23 almost on Friday. Let's get on with the weekend.
I know. We hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for sharing your thoughts live with us. We are here every weekday at 7 a.m. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.